You guys are always good for a laugh later. I was also over the last few days during downtimes at work. I've been going back and watching some of the old shows. Some of that stuff's kind of funny.
Nice. You had a good one
Yeah.
last night.
Oh, last night's. It was good. It was great to see those guys. It was great to have a conversation. But I guess my expectations were kind of high. I expected to hear a lot more tales of woe from that evening, and it seems like we all remember about the same up to a certain point, and then nothing else. It was fun. It was fun. I did
the whole thing, but
Yeah, I at one point I called out Jay Hopper for seeming reserved. He just seemed quiet. His video was kind of dark too. So
well, you get more than 3 people in one of these, and
yeah, people get shut down. I think Mike only got to say like 5 or 6 sentences, and poor Sean.
Guess who I saw today in person?
Bootsy Collins.
Close. Mike Stocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He sent me a birthday greeting. I like
Nice.
Mike Stocks. He's a good dude. Do you know who Sunday was the anniversary of Kevin Donahue's passing? And
I think I saw a post. Yeah.
Yeah, I put up this black and white footage somebody had of the Pariahs playing at the Gypsy Hut.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the very first incarnation that I had anything to do with, and it was Bill Weber and Gooch and Kevin and me. And it was really good, and I ended up posting it, and then I realized I didn't credit the person who had originally posted it on Kevin's page, but it's credited to somebody called Arrow Stacks, and I must admit I don't know who that is.
You know what? He's a collaborator with Nelson Slater.
Really?
I
Okay.
believe so. I'm not 100%.
You know what his actual name is? It might help me.
I talked to Matt Becker too.
Oh, nice. How's he doing? How's his rehab going?
Sounds like a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I don't know what that means.
A little bit of good, a little bit of bad.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Stevie, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, man.
What are you wearing, Steve? Is that a special shirt?
Just
I was gonna say.
Just call me the doctor today.
Okay.
I always do.
Stevie's coming to us outside his room at the home he's checked himself into.
Yeah. Well, I can walk out the front door if I want, but I might climb the walls later.
Right. That's how that goes. Have you ever seen the, speaking of homes, have you ever seen the Bruce Campbell film Bubba Hotep? Anybody? Bubba Hotep? No.
No.
It's a movie takes place in an old folks home in the South, and Bruce Campbell plays supposedly the real Elvis Presley. He got tired of his famous life, and so he switched places with a Elvis impersonator, who then died, and everyone thought Elvis was dead. But anyway, it's a southern old folks home that's haunted by a mummy.
Wow. Where'd you see this?
I can't remember the first time. I mean, it was probably one of those things that played at the movies downtown or something. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the first time I saw it, but I own a copy of it. If anybody wants to borrow it, maybe I'll bring it Saturday. And if anyone wants to borrow it.
What's the name of it?
Bubba Hotep.
Okay.
What was that? An animal?
Yeah.
Was there?
Looking out the window there.
Oh, I gotcha. I heard a grumbling, and I was just like, man, yeah, Bubba Hotep. So Saturday we're gonna play, right? Am I hearing this right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that believable?
I'm buying in, man. I am. I don't think it's a QAnon thing. I literally had one. I have 2 obligations Saturday. I have to pick up my daughter's flute for band, and and I have to take my wife to a baby shower. And baby shower's at 2:00. I figure I'll be picking her up at 4 at the latest. I'll be
Speaking of babies,
yeah, you're having a baby.
Lily told me she tested positive for the virus.
No shit.
Didn't you already? I think I knew that already, Steve.
She said everybody at college has it, and they're all going
Just still going about their
bars.
business. Yeah.
Yeah. And she went home last weekend because everybody else went out, and she didn't want to kill anybody.
Which was, amazingly, un-Americanly considerate of her.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's only a matter of time before everybody knows somebody very close that has it, or at least has a positive test. Is she sick?
The day before she got tested, she wasn't feeling well. That's what prompted the test. But then she got her test back, and it was positive, but she felt fine.
Yeah. I've heard a couple stories like that. Someone who works at a job where they get their temperature taken or whatever, and they required to take a test if they report a temperature at a certain level or whatever, and then they get a positive without ever being sick, and they have to stay home for 2 weeks.
Right.
So I don't know. Hey,
Steve, when we arrive at the farm on Saturday, are you going to be checking our temperatures?
Right? I could bring my little temporal scan thing. We could check everybody before. Are we going to quarantine your dad away from us all too?
I think that's a good idea.
Being a high-risk individual?
He's not a hugger, so.
But I am. I mean, I might not be able to resist.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steve, what do I need to bring?
Uh-huh.
You've got my telly out there, Steve.
I do.
I'll bring my acoustic. And do I need to bring an amp for myself?
We need a guitar amp.
How many?
Well, I think that we can just one. I'm gonna get the 4x12 speaker cabinet that I have in the garage, my garage, and hook it up to a power amp that I have. And if you bring that mixing board, then we
Tapco?
can. Yeah, or whatever you got. Tepco will work. Then we can just plug stuff into that.
I see what you're saying, but then we'll only have just that one cabinet for everything, or we could run another speaker off of it? More speakers off of them.
There's a couple other speaker cabinets that you gave me. I haven't checked them to see if they work, but I'm gonna do that. We just have to run a vocal mic into the mixing board and the acoustic guitar. And then if you bring a bass amp and a guitar amp, then we should be all right.
Okay, I'm gonna bring my regular rig instead of Driscoll's little Mark bass, because I figure if it's okay with you, I'd just leave it there if we're gonna practice there.
And that's fine.
I mean, then in the beautiful day in the future when we do end up going back to Herzog or whatever we do, I can retrieve it then.
Well, it'll fit in the pickup truck.
Yeah. Either way.
But it's been great out here. I mean, the weather's perfect.
The weather's been unbelievable this week. It's been really nice.
Garage.
Yeah, I might bring a jacket because I figure if we get there by 5:30, we can start making noises as early as 6:15, right?
Yeah.
My guess is what? No, you come here. Yeah. What can I do for you?
Hello. Check
Hello.
one.
Hi.
Happy
Hi.
birthday.
Hi. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah.
So,
Did you
yeah.
have a good birthday?
This is Stevie.
Yes. Hi, Stevie.
This is Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I sound so different through the headset.
Do you?
Yeah. So do you.
Do I?
Are we too
Wow.
loud? Because your dad has
No.
really bad hearing. He probably has the headphones up real loud.
You are really loud. We need to get your ears checked.
No, that's actually Steve's volume. If you listen to Mr. Catfish talk,
Hey, does your dad do anything funny this
it's not
week?
quite that loud.
Did my dad do anything what this week?
Anything funny?
He tried riding my skateboard and almost fell and broke his ankle like 5
Oh.
times,
Oopsies.
4 times.
He's out
Almost.
of practice. He needs more practice.
What?
Don't make yourself too comfortable.
I know.
He definitely needs more practice.
He does need more practice. We should get him his own skateboard.
Yeah, set up some little ramps and an obstacle course for him to work out on.
He's saying no.
No. Oh,
It was
come
nice.
on.
It was nice to see you.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye. That was great. That was really great.
Oh.
That's great.
Special guest.
Well, you know what's funny is earlier when I was telling Billy earlier that I wasn't, when he sent the text out saying 7 on and be fine, I turned to Christina and I said, I don't know if I'm going to bother with this. I'm real tired. I don't know. And so Elliot was saying, well, I'll do it. I'll just take your place. And we were talking about having her sitting here when you guys logged in. My dad went to bed. What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah.
Talk about, have you done your homework?
Yeah. She'll just say yes.
I got a follow-up question about the amps and stuff. Hey, Brent's here.
Yay. Hey, Brent.
Uh,
You're just in time for the logistics discussion.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Steve, how are you for like extension cords and stuff like that? Anything?
That's a good question. Yeah. Power strips.
if you got an extension cord and a power strip, that'd probably be helpful.
I could bring one of each, at least.
I think I can do that too. So we'll see how that goes.
Each brought one, then we'd be set.
Okay.
I got a couple, but they're all kind of hooked up to my studio stuff right now.
You have a whole drum kit out there, right?
I do. Although, if
Right.
you want to bring your snare and cymbals,
Yep.
you're welcome to do that. Mine aren't that swift.
I'll do that. I'll bring a couple of other pieces too, but that's great. That's really helpful.
Yeah, that's a good start.
So we're good for Saturday. Brent, yes? Your thumbs up on a 5:30 Saturday? Awesome. Terrific.
Steve,
Cool.
do you want me to swing by your house to grab anything?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna go down there in the next couple days and grab the speaker cabinets,
Okay.
see what works.
I might want to look over what there is there. I might want to put together another cabinet, another 15 for myself if there's one there.
I think there's like 2 12-inch and the 412, and I forget what else is there.
Yeah. I might want to, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll look. Just buy some good speakers and put them in there with your assistance if you're willing.
Yeah, whatever you got.
Whatever you got. 120, 121, whatever it takes. Brent, how are you doing?
I'm sorry. Did you ask how I was doing?
I did.
I was doing better last week. Last week we kind of took our first out of town trip for at least since March, and that was really fun. And we stayed in a cabin that was just situated in this really idyllic setting. It was in the gorge, but we were right up against a cliff that had this kind of multiple tiers almost.
Yeah.
And almost like a one area that was like an amphitheater built into the cliff wall, and there was a fire pit right there, and it was just really, really great. And
I saw some pictures. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
How long were you guys up there?
Just a long weekend, so not long enough.
Right.
But since then, I mean, work has just beat the shit out of me since then, pretty much.
Yeah.
What city was that close to?
It's right next to Slade, Kentucky. You might have heard of Miguel's Pizza, which is insanely popular. There were a lot of people in that area, I will say, but that was really fun.
Was
Yeah.
was Slade
Nice.
named after the band?
Yes.
Yes. They actually a
And
former member of the band founded the. Oh,
how about everybody else?
I'm tired as fuck. I almost didn't want to do this tonight because my work is insanely busy as well. Like I never really get off at 5, and it just seems like. And we, I had the same experience. We went to Michigan at the end of July. We were gone for like 5 or 6 days, and that first week back was tough to just like try and reacclimatize myself and shit. And the school thing, the transition has not been as difficult as I feared it would be to get the kids like in this routine that they're getting ready to change again. So that's been better than expected. Pardon me?
How old's your youngest again?
She's 12. She's a 7th grader.
Okay. Yeah. Same as Jesse.
Yeah. Our kids are like right there.
Yeah. Been a little bit of a challenge on his end. Brando's got it nailed down. I just still feel terrible for them just staring at a screen all day. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I prefer it to a lot of the different proposals that were floated. But apparently there's a new thing now where they're going to go back to this blended attendance thing. So the kids can go 1 day a week or something.
Not CPS. So I watched the entire 4.5 hour board meeting the other night.
No, this came out today.
Well, the way that they left it off then was to say they're going to wait until Labor Day
week
are in, which is in
next week,
weeks, and then make a decision. And I don't know. I felt like it was kind of 50-50 with the board. But what did they say today?
Apparently, an email went out from the vice president of the Walnut Hills senior class or something, or the of the school. I don't know. They have varsity principals and middle school principals. I didn't realize it was broken up like that. But Christina got an email from some muck-a-muck at Walnut saying that they're going to this four group blended attendance thing. So each group would have a chance to come in 1 day a week.
I don't know. I didn't get that memo. We'll see.
I just don't understand why it wasn't just like, we're going all remote learning and we'll address the gaps once we got it in place. It just seems like such a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yep.
Somebody said the other day, 25% of the Cincinnati public school kids have never logged in.
I think that number is high.
I do too. I actually saw apparently it's like 3,000, and there's only like 35,000 kids in the CPS anyway.
Yeah.
That
sounds right. Sorry. Done.
Take that call. Work.
It's a potato
login.
Say it again, Stevie.
Does Five log in?
Yeah, he does. He's actually. Almost every year at Walnut he's been there. This is his last one. I feel bad for him in that regard as well. But he always starts strong, and this year's been no exception. He's on top of it. He seems to be getting all his shit done. Christina haunts the power school thing, so she knows if he's not turning shit in. And my daughter's taken to it really. It's been surprisingly easy, at least as far as maintaining their responsibilities. We'll see how long it lasts. Five will start strong every year, and then typically sometime either right before or right after the holidays, there's a significant drop off, and we have to scramble for him to actually pass multiple classes.
Brent, you missed Elliot, Scott's daughter. She emceed for a little bit.
Came in, filled in. I had to go to the bathroom.
On this call? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Literally a minute and a half before you logged on.
Oh.
I see Ryder walking around in the background.
Yeah, I was going to ask what you're having for dinner.
Right?
It's leftovers. Ryan made a really nice red curry last night with lots of veggies and some other stuff. Tonight it's leftovers and some potatoes for the kids, like smothered with I don't know what yet, whatever she concocts in there, and that's it, pretty much.
We had grilled chicken and taco beef leftovers tonight. I put them all together, sauteed it up with a little butter and some garlic, and made tacos again. Worked out pretty well, and it was easy and fast.
Everybody loved it.
No, the kids requested that I open a can of Skyline chili, and they made burritos out of that. So there you go.
Hey Steve, can you pan up on that painting right behind you?
Oh, that's interesting.
How do I
Handsome little boy.
It's a relative, actually,
Do tell.
from I think that was painted in the late 1800s.
Can you do it one more time? I missed it, man. And keep talking, because otherwise you're not on my screen. I have to change the.
Yeah, you got to go to
Okay.
gallery view up here.
Oh, there we go.
Got my grandmother had that on her wall for a long time. I think that's her grandfather as a young boy.
It's a nice portrait.
It is. It's an interesting painting in general.
It's a nice painting, nice old painting.
Steve, my favorite piece of art that you have is in your bathroom, and the two guys are on a boat that's like sinking, and they're barely staying above water.
Yeah,
And one of them says to the other, he says, "I gotta pee."
yeah, I got that from my grandmother's bathroom.
That's good stuff.
Made a big impression on me.
I love that there's
Apparently.
bathroom art.
Right. Yep. And there is. I'll show you one of my favorite pieces is this old flintlock. I don't know if you can.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can turn it around.
Fire it.
Yeah. We shooting Saturday too.
That's where we're
Well,
at with Scott's show. Fire
It's an
and
old
gun.
flintlock, and I don't see how those people could shoot it because it's so heavy you can barely hold it up to aim it. I've never held a gun that is that heavy and so long. It's so long too. You have to prop it on something to aim it. I've never been fired though. It's too old.
This is going to be a good practice.
Yeah, I find it heartening, Brent, when you sent out the request for recordings of the most recent set we were playing.
Yeah,
I thought, I might be able to use that too between now and Saturday.
I think I'm going to need it.
Maybe we can
I've been
stick with, the classics.
I was going to work on that today, but I was working at that studio in Covington all day today. And I'm doing the same tomorrow, so it might be a day before I can get that together.
What's
Sorry.
going on in the studio?
It's a band of helping hands. This dude, Greg Mebbs, it's his own personal studio basically, and they have shows there where you can go online and buy your seat. It seats about 50 people, and you pick out your seat, and then local bands, or he gets touring bands to play there, and then his band is usually the opening band, and then he hires me to record it in his control room upstairs, and then he's got a live setup downstairs, and he hires Steve Schmall to come in and do the live sound. So when he also records his own band there, so they have like a stage set up with all the gear there, so he works on his own songs, and they're trying to make a record. He has like, I don't know, 15 songs they're working on. So
It's like a rock and roll Raging Bull setup.
yeah,
Have your
really.
own club and you open up every.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know where he it's a nonprofit as well. I don't know how that came about, but he sells like drinks and uh, food there when they do have shows, and um, he has so many like good microphones and all the sound equipment and mixing boards, and he doesn't know how to use it at all. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Stevie, is that the same place the Detroit Cobras played like a year and a half ago?
No, you're thinking of the Lodge, right?
Is it down like Dayton, Kentucky?
Yeah,
Or near
that's the
Covington?
Lodge with Scott Bessler.
Okay, and that kind of like a collective thing too. I guess Steve's more of a dictatorship than a collective, what it sounds like, but
this
it
is
sounds
just
similar.
one dude.
Okay, I just remember wondering that when you were talking about working there a couple of weeks ago, and I meant to ask and I kept forgetting. I really wanted to go to that Detroit Cobras show. Did you go to that show, Brent?
No, the last time I saw them, I think, was at what's that Irish restaurant in Covington, right on 4th Street?
Oh, was it like they played like the third floor of that or whatever?
Yeah.
I was at that.
Malone's.
Mm.
Molly Malone.
Closed?
Yeah,
Molly Malone's? Yeah. Detroit Cobras. Were you at that Madison Theater Detroit Cobras show?
No, I've seen them a couple times though. The first time I saw them was the best. I do like. I think that I've seen maybe 3 times, and they played with 2 drummers, at least 2 of those times, and that's always fun.
Was one of those the Southgate House?
Yes.
Where they were touring that like Songs of Love and Leaving record or whatever?
Yeah, with the black cover, and
Yeah, that fucking show was amazing.
yeah, it was.
Sorry. Anyway, was I living at heaven when that happened? Maybe. I can't remember. But anyway, we digress. Oh, what are you boys listening to?
You know, I've been listening to Polvo. I realized last night that I had never really cared for them the first time around, and I had some friends that insist I give them another shot.
You know, I mean, okay. Well, what do you think? Is it paying off?
Yeah,
There's a lot of enthusiasm there.
just a little bit more proggy, math rocky than I like my indie rock to be.
Yeah. Secret Machines.
That was a pretty good show at Southgate House.
Secret Machines. I missed that.
Yeah.
That's I don't see. I've never listened to Polvo. I have no idea, but for whatever reason, I associate those 2 bands.
There's new Replacements record.
Isn't it a bunch of outtakes and shit?
No, I ordered it from Rhino. It's the box set reissue of Pleased to Meet Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it's on Spotify.
I ordered that one, and I pre-ordered the Lou Reed New York deluxe box set with outtakes and stuff.
What about the law of
The what?
Iggy Pop's first band? They just had a live recording release, didn't they?
Don't
With
know.
the original bass player. It was his last gig. They said they fired him because he was too drunk to play, and it turns out in their recording that he actually played.
Well,
Is that is Third Man putting that out?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Third Man. Brent, what about you?
You know, I was trying to think of anything new or interesting that I've been listening to, and the answer is no. Like,
What about that band you were listening to on vacation?
I can't remember now. You did. You texted it to us. I can't remember what it was now either.
Lewisburg.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's kind of fun. It's super derivative, Velvet Underground sounding stuff, but it's new, and there's like a Norwegian band that sings in English.
There's dialogue.
I liked it a lot. It's sounded cabin. Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
like
that. Right. Did
it.
you
Was
check
cool.
it out? All right, good.
Yeah, I listened to it. I liked it. Sounded good.
Lewisburg?
Yes.
I didn't check it out. I don't listen to music as much as I should. Although I do listen to shit all day while I'm working.
You know what else I listened to recently that I hadn't really listened to since like the 1990s was the Dismemberment Plan. Anybody used to be a fan of that band?
Yeah.
I only vaguely recall the name. I don't know anything about them.
I don't remember much, but I remember that I kind of liked them.
Yeah, there was one album, and I'm looking for it right now, but I re-listened to it like a couple nights ago, and it sounded pretty fucking good.
Hey, you know what else? I also tried to get into the Sonic Boom catalog a little bit, but he's a little bit more like dance DJ stuff than. I appreciate that it's still of a psychedelic nature, but you know the Sonic Boom dude
Mm-mm.
from Spaceman.
Spaceman 3's other half, Jason Pierce's nemesis or muse, or depending on who you ask. I never got into his solo stuff like I did. Like I like Spaceman 3, but I like Spiritualize a lot, as Stevie can attest, at least for a while there. But I never got into the Sonic Boom solo stuff at all. That like literally like one of the first or second thing he released after the breakup there was just like I'm out.
I think
I never bothered going back.
I think you know what it was. Someone actually reissued for Record Store Day an album that he recorded like 20 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
The live thing. It was just very ambient soundscapes, like 10-minute droning, and I really liked that. And that kind of had me think, you know, maybe I need to revisit his stuff, and I still didn't click with the rest of it.
Yeah. But Brent, that dismember, it's wonderful to discover something again, something you forgot existed. That happened to me a couple of weeks ago with the Delta 72 record, the R&B of Membership. It's just I just stumbled across Rich Girls Like to Steal or whatever the name of that song is just by accident, and I just went back and listened to that whole record, and it's so fucking great. And to me, finding something you forgot about is never been as good as finding something new.
Scott, what was the name of that band that you told me? I was at your parents' house for some reason, and you told me about a Sudsy show that you had just seen where there were like 3 people there, but it was one of the greatest shows that you'd ever seen. And the album of this band, like total garage, very like high tempo, upbeat garage stuff, was like a Russian Passport cover.
The Interpreters.
Yeah,
back in the USSA was the name of that record, and it's fucking amazing. And it's funny that I'm curious as to why I would have told you it was an empty show, because the Interpreters opened for the Dam Builders when they were touring that Amongst the Stars records that made a lot of like indie rock heads turn that summer. And so that show was pretty well attended because it was a Dam Builders show. But I literally left after the Interpreters set because I didn't think there was any way in fucking hell the Dam Builders could follow it.
Maybe
I literally left.
Okay.
Hey Scott, I opened that Delta 72 show at Sudsy's on that tour.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember there was an after party at Steve Schmall's house too.
Was that the night I got thrown out by Dan McCabe for telling, what was the keyboardist's name? Her name was Sarah something.
That sounds right.
I can't remember exactly, but apparently I was at a Delta 72 show. It may have been this one, in which I was all fucked up and drunk, and I kept screaming that I loved her before she was fat, and finally McCabe threw me out. So, you know.
No good.
So on the off chance that young woman happens to hear this, I apologize.
Sometimes you just want to have a drink thrown in your face, I guess.
Apparently that was true a lot for me, but I don't remember consciously deciding so.
I'll be right back.
You ever remember?
Tell Ryan we said hi and to come out and say hello.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you ever remember opening for the Art Flow?
No.
Well, Pacina, our friend Pacina.
Pacina. She'll be watching this probably.
had a concert diary entry, and it said in '95. It said, "Archers of the Loaf at Sudsy's with Sistern."
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. She remember that photo she posted where she had like cistern tapes of things we never released. Hey Ryan, how are you?
Hello.
Good. How are you guys?
Good. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
You know, you and your husband are eternal. I don't think either one of you have aged a minute since like I lived in Covington with him.
Aw, shucks. I could say the same to all you guys.
You know, we all know you're lying. But so what are you cooking in there? Leftovers?
Vegetarian burgers and baked potatoes. So
Sometimes you just gotta.
I was on camera.
You didn't what?
I didn't realize I was on camera.
No. Well, you are. If it makes you feel any better, you have really dramatic lighting, so it's, you know,
Right.
it's almost like
Yeah,
it's like a it's like a Corona commercial.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in West Side Story leaning on my window.
See if you could talk Brett into doing To Be a Jet.
He's got those moves.
I bet he does. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, he does. All right, back to burgers.
All right.
Okay.
Steve, you better ash that cigarette. Oh my
Nah,
God.
he's seen how long it can go.
It's going to fall on your shirt.
Yeah, but it won't burn it.
There you go. Wait, you're wearing the safety shirt.
That's right. Is that your cigarette smoking shirt?
Mm-hmm. Got
This
big
one doesn't
pockets to carry
Holds
with.
it down.
I think Brent pranked us. He's not coming back. Oh, there.
It would have been funny.
Just a live shot of his porch.
Yeah. Is Ryan doing any tattoo work?
Not yet. I think she's got an appointment coming up. She's going to do them on a Sunday when there's nobody at the shop, and she trusts this person, and so Scott Fredette
Yeah.
also bothering her about a tattoo.
Okay. Yeah. Mark Allen and my nephew Lavelle, both of them are just like working, you know, like nothing's going on, really. I mean, they both claim to be taking lots of precautions, but I'd be terrified in that kind of industry.
Yeah, I you know, you can't help but think sometimes about, like, especially getting out of town last weekend, like a lot of people are just going about their daily shit really because they have no choice. I mean, if you think about any service industry right now, fast food restaurants where they're just showing up every fucking day, and it's I don't know. I guess I just feel lucky that I'm not in a situation like that, but we'll see.
Yeah, we will.
Definitely.
So are we going to have a civil war in November?
I don't know. I was just going to say today Trump undercut his own CDC director, and
That he appointed? No?
right, and then tried to make him look like a fool during a press conference, and I don't know. I don't want to go down this road, I guess, for a conversation like this, but it was just in a world where nothing's shocking. It was kind of shocking a little bit. He said he made him about masks, like he didn't know what he was talking about regarding wearing masks. Trump said that today, like at a fucking press conference.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but in the grand scheme of things, there's nothing that man's going to do between now and the election that's going to make any spit difference in the way anybody in this country votes.
It's just going to get worse.
It depends. I just hope enough people vote to make the change, and I'm not 100% sure that they will.
We can hope.
One can have, right, without hope, what else is there?
I kind of feel like the last like 20 minutes have been just one long interruption to the logistics conversation that we were having at the beginning.
Yeah, we should get to that because we're down to our last 2 minutes.
Okay.
So
There
between 5 and 5:30 at Upper Tug Fork on Saturday. We know you only have to bring snare cymbals and whatever else you want to bring, and I'll bring some beers, and we're gonna bring amps and stuff, and we're gonna play till like 8:30.
you guys all stand for the most part, right? We're a standing practicing band. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Did you want to bring folding chairs and change that?
I was just gonna say I have a nice stool I could bring.
Well, you should, by all means. I could bring one from my kitchen too. We could do a stool session.
Are we going to be in the garage, or are we going to be stretched out with huge trees all around us? I like the latter idea. If we can.
I mean, if it's not raining or anything, and we can actually, and Stevie, you don't object, if we could just open air the whole thing, that would probably be fun. Or do you think it would sound terrible?
Who cares? I think it's like a cool music video setting.
We can open air.
I guess in my head I was picturing that like the drums are obviously in the garage, but that you guys would spill out into the area in front. Does that sound feasible?
It's
Yeah.
feasible. It's a pretty big garage.
Steve, isn't feasible the word that your wife Abby couldn't stand to hear?
Yeah, it was.
It felt lame coming out of my mouth for what it's worth. I didn't like my own use of it right there.
I will never forget the first time when I was with the two of them and I said that word. She literally